He's out. This person's out of the vehicle.
It looks like there's a dog as well.
Yeah, this person is trying to flee.
Situation here on the feeder road of the Gulf Freeway.
Welcome to Viral Twist. When the police chased this suspect, they didn't expect a dog to join the action. What happened next will shock you.
Obviously, I erroneously thought it was coming to an end because I saw them slowing down, Eric, as they went through that strip center. But no, these vehicles are still in pursuit. Of course, there's a new policy in the city of Houston, at least, when it comes to police pursuits. They're trying not to be as aggressive as they used to, depending on what it is the person they're pursuing is accused of doing.
Yeah, right now they're not letting up on this one, though. And I know details are just coming in as we continue to watch this chase as they come up to a light right here that's going to be pretty congested. So let's hope this chase suspect doesn't hit anybody. Made it through that light right there, but here's more traffic. Now, Tammy, so kind of watch this unfold here and watch this driver get onto the wrong side of the road here. Do we know anything about how long this has been going on, or even why they were initially stopping this driver?
Yeah, we picked it up about 5 minutes. Sky I-13 first on scene following this chase, and we actually heard it from the police helicopter telling us that they were on the Gulf Freeway inbound right around Monroe chasing this suspect. Again, blowing through stop signs, a very dangerous situation. So again, if you're headed out the door, our sky map at the top of your screen, avoid the area if you can.
Yeah, we hate to. It's very dark at this hour. It used to not be so dark at this hour. And what is going on there? It looks as though there might be problems with a wheel, which often happens in these pursuits. A lot of dust seems to be kicking up. I don't know, perhaps it's just the road that they're traveling. But
yeah, we've seen this driver, though, go in the opposite direction and go around into lanes of oncoming traffic several times. Even the officer had to do it right there. Again, they're not letting up on this driver coming into more traffic. Of course, it's rush hour in Houston, so we all know what that is like. The driver taking a hard right there, but police staying very close to that, what appears to be a Dodge Maroon Challenger. If we're able to get a better look at that, that's what it appears to be at this point. But this driver, of course, encountering so much traffic on the road, still continues to just zig in and out of cars. And that officer very close as we get into more traffic here. And then here's where drivers can sometimes try to go the wrong way, but they are going to stay. And again, Gina, like I know you were talking about, there is definitely smoke coming from one of those tire wells right there. Yeah, it's surprising they haven't hit more traffic in what we usually see here in the Houston area. But yeah, again, South Ritchie here. This is some of the new GPS technology that our Sky I-13 was outfitted with a few months back. But now it's open road for this chase suspect here as officers, at least that one, and the patrol cruiser stays pretty close to the rear end of that car as he comes up to another congested intersection. Ooh. And it could get dangerous. He starts running through red lights. Luckily, nobody trying to cross that intersection right now, but picking up more speed and actually leaving that officer again. But again,
I was going to say, Eric, I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say that we've covered hundreds of these here at this station or in our career, and never do you see a suspect get away once helicopters are above the vehicle. They are able to stay with the suspect when they've got eyes on them like this. So we only hope that no one's hurt, but the person just really doesn't get away when they've got eyes on them like this.
Yeah, and of course right now we were talking about that new chase policy, and I look at the officer trying to use one of those possible pit maneuvers to hit the back fender of the car. It looks like the officer decided not to go that route as he pulled up on the right side of that red or maroon Challenger right there. But again, he's starting to hit more and more traffic here, and it looks like he could be pinned in right here, but it looks like they're not going to take that move that they had, appearing that they had right there.
You know what we could see in that turn, though? We could see how many other police vehicles, because we've been pretty tight on the suspect vehicle and that one officer car. But when we did the turnaround, you could see how many other
It almost feels like he's going in circles. He's done at least 2 to 3 U-turns in the 5 minutes we've been following here.
And he could not take them.
Yeah, and there's really nowhere to go, apparently, for all these U-turns that he's taking right now. But he's continued to having to lock up the brake lights right here because
he or she.
He or she, right. They are continuing to lock up the brake lights here. And they're going to go on a side street here. We've already seen them go through at a high speed through one of the strip malls there. But they're going to what appears to be a residential area right now. Not as many lights. Picking up speed as well.
Looks like in that area, I see what appear to be warehouses, and we're certainly glad that this area is not, as you mentioned earlier, more populated, or that it's not the time of day when school buses are trying to get children home. But we still, nevertheless, are hoping that officers are able to bring this to a a non-violent or not dangerous.
This is where my
indeed.
stomach gets tight, though. He's just speeding through all these side roads. You don't know when anybody's going to pull out on one of the side roads, not suspecting
like
that a
that.
car is going to be coming at anywhere from 60 to 80 miles an hour.
Can you tell for us, Tammy, how fast the vehicle is traveling? I know sometimes we're able to assess that with the technology there in the chopper.
All right, Tammy Rose, I tell you what, Gina and I are going to now hand it over to the 6:30 news team. Jonathan Bruce and Mayra Moreno, they're going to take the police chase from here, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for covering that as we try to switch off here to the news at 6:30. So we've been watching this, Jonathan, and just when we think it's coming to an end, he picks up speed and he loses officers behind, but they're still right on his tail, it seems.
Harrowing moments right now as we are watching live from Sky I-13. We picked this up about 6:26, Mayra, so this has been nearly 10 minutes at this point, and we know the pursuit was happening well before that in terms of when we got to it, and a lot of different things. We've seen a smoking wheel, as Eric Barajas talked about. We've seen multiple U-turns. What we have not seen is this suspect or whoever's leading the police on this pursuit have any interest in stopping.
Yeah, and then honestly, when we see incidents like this, they rarely ever do stop. It's really hard to tell who is behind the wheel because the tint in this vehicle is completely dark. But again, we have had pursuits that involve women. So again, we don't know who is behind the wheel of this vehicle, but we're still following close. And it looks like police are probably trying to find him at a different part of this pursuit and hopefully block him in. I know there are instances where police try to get ahead and use those spike strips in hopes of stopping this person. But again, they're not stopping and they're continuing to go. So hopefully it doesn't turn into a pretty bad situation, because we have seen some pursuits lately that unfortunately turn deadly.
And we are watching live from Sky I-13 right now. One thing that we are seeing here in real time is this vehicle is now back onto the freeway. It looks like the I-45 North freeway right now. And Mayra, the speed is increasing and accelerating to very, very fast levels as we see the vehicle going up this left shoulder right now.
Yes, and this should be the southeast side of town as it is going down 45 near Park Place and Broadway. Tammy, any other details or anything you have been able to gather since you first started following this pursuit?
Yeah, actually, police lost them near the Gulf Freeway, and as you saw, that Dodge Charger was maneuvering around an industrial area. But you know what? The police helicopter and Sky I-13 had their eyes right here on this driver, making all these erratic turns and blowing through stop signs and stuff. And there we go, our first crash with smoke and fire. Again, I'll zoom out. This is what we hate to see, but it looks like he crashed into another vehicle, police right behind him. Again, a Dodge Charger stopping here on the Gulf Freeway inbound near Park Place.
Yeah, it looks like he was trying to maneuver to, and he's out. This person's out of the vehicle.
It looks like there's a dog as well.
Yeah, this person is trying to flee.
Situation here on the feeder road of the Gulf Freeway. Again, a foot pursuit. Police not that far behind him, along with a dog that is following him.
And we see the dog catching up there pretty quickly, and you feel like the dog will ultimately win that race. I don't know. I know that we have to have some discretion in terms of how close we can get, and it looks like the dog is extremely close, and maybe this suspect chase, and yeah, is behind the vehicles at this point. Mayra, it looks like they're in water now at this point.
We did see some rain, obviously, yesterday, so I'm sure this area that he is trying to maneuver through, there's several puddles there, and it looks like he's trying to hide behind these vehicles. Hopefully this person does not have some sort of weapon. Again, that is something that police have to take into account, because safety is first.
Helicopter has the light on the vehicle to where he went in.
Say that one more time, Tammy.
And now police are approaching with their guns. Yeah, so the police know what vehicle that this person went into, because we do have the police helicopter up here with us giving ground patrol what is happening here. Again, in that vehicle in the center of our screen, we'll keep it kind of at a medium shot. Police have their guns drawn, and again, a dog as well as a suspect in the middle of our shot. The suspect inside the vehicle. Now it looks like he's actually given up. This is good, backing up.